Did you know that in the past 20 years, the number of American adults diagnosed with diabetes has more than doubled?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And that comes with a cost of more than $400 billion every single year.
So, the good news here, thanks to new advancements in diabetes technology, today's patients have a powerful tool to manage the disease.
It's a tool that is so effective that it puts the power right in the hands of the diabetes patients. Take a look.
For 73-year-old Alan Collins and his wife Janice, life is all about faith and family.
Howdy, my name is Alan Collins. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm 73 years old. My wife's name is Janice, and we've been married 41 years, and she takes care of me. She was a school teacher for many years, and she's always said that I was her worst student. Anyhow, I said, well, that's how it is. And I was a conductor, switchman, brakeman for the railroad. I hired out for Santa Fe Railroad when I was 19 years old and retired when I was 60 with 40 full years of service. Me and Janice, we enjoy going out to eat, and I have a Bible study I enjoy going to. She has a Bible study she enjoys going to, and you know, periodically we'll study together, but that or we'll go for a walk if it's pretty outside. She likes to walk outside. Grandkids, family, that, you know, that has a whole lot to do with life and everything else, so especially the grandbabies, they make our day.
But Alan's family has also experienced its share of challenges.
So I got a strong family history of diabetes going way back. When I found out I had diabetes, I was 45 years old.
Alan has a personal nemesis on his type 2 diabetes journey, and he's well aware of it.
Food, carbs, sweets, you know. Yeah, food, you know, the older you get, you have very few pleasures left in life, and eating is one of them. So you have to take advantage of whatever pleasures you got. So there you go.
Dr. Chris Bajaj has been Alan's endocrinologist for more than 20 years. Their doctor-patient bond is unmistakable.
I know you're glad to see me.
I've known Alan and Janice for almost 20 years now. He's been a wonderful patient. He's a big character, and we've been focused on his diabetes for such a long time now. My goal is to empower my patients, is to let them have control of their health.
I really like him because he's got a good hairdo like I do, so, you know, win-win.
But all kidding aside, Dr. Bajaj and Alan have seen the tragic results when diabetes can't be controlled.
I remember my grandmother, and I remember as a child that she'd have to go next door to the neighbors, and that's when they had those solid big needles. And I remember as a child watching her take them shots, and that kind of traumatized me about diabetes. And I saw how she suffered and dealt with it, and she ended up losing her leg and passing away with it. And then my older brother, he was like, I think 83, and he had suffered with diabetes this whole time, and he ended up losing his leg. And so lots of I know about diabetes.
Type 1 diabetes is a condition to where the body just is unable to make enough insulin. Type 2 diabetes is a condition where the body is making insulin, but the body becomes resistant to it. The vast majority of my patients did not like pricking their finger. It was painful, it was messy, and some patients didn't want to do it in front of other people or their family. When we see patients who are on a finger stick, they just have limited data. For the patients and themselves, as well as us, we really just don't have enough information to make good, educated decisions.
One of the most revolutionary developments in the care and management of diabetes was the creation of real-time CGM, or continuous glucose monitoring, delivering continuous and real-time glucose data directly to your smartphone or receiver. The most accurate CGM system available today is the Dexcom G7. As Dr. Bajaj explains, this small but mighty device is a true game changer.
The Dexcom G7 is the newest generation of a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM. I've not seen anything in the past that I could give a patient to help monitor to have such impactful changes to their overall health. It is the most accurate and super easy to use as well. The Dexcom G7 is a continuous real-time glucose monitoring system that goes directly to your smart device without any painful finger pricks. It is small, it is easy to use, it gives the patient so much information, they now have control.
Like many older Americans, Alan was a bit reluctant to try this new technology. But after 2 more years of finger sticks, his wife Janice finally convinced him.
You know, the thing about diabetes, you can never just be. You gotta always be aware, where's my blood sugar? Am I high? Am I low? You know? And that was always very troublesome. I'm not a very technology person, you know, and in fact, Janice made me get an iPhone, you know, and I still haven't got it all figured out. Technology, I'm old school, I'm old set in my ways, you know, but long story short, I had an episode in Dr. Bajaj's office where I really had a bad low, and that's what kind of convinced me, and Dr. Bajaj come in there and said, you're getting on Dexcom, period, you know, so.
The G7 delivers continuous and real-time glucose numbers 24/7 to the patient's smartphone or receiver. It also alerts the patient when their glucose level is too high, and up to 20 minutes before it goes too low. The Dexcom G7 is even clinically proven to help lower A1C.
In the past, we would check a hemoglobin A1C, and that would give you a big picture over the past 3 months, but we'd have to wait that long before we'd see any changes. With the Dexcom G7, we can get an estimated A1C in as quick as 2 weeks. We tend to use a lot of different medications to get their blood sugars controlled. One of the more popular medications is a GLP-1. It's a once-a-week injection that helps bring down their glucose. It can also help patients maintain a healthier weight. GLP-1s and Dexcom now complement each other, and I'm surprised to see that the Dexcom G7 was able to lower the hemoglobin A1C without even making any medication changes.
And Dr. Bajaj says that for the first time, Alan is finally in charge of his diabetes.
Using the Dexcom G7, patients are able to see the changes that they make, and ideally I want patients on less medicine. I've seen it day to day make significant impacts in our patients' lives, improves their blood glucose, it gives them control, and it gives them some confidence in what we're doing as well.
I've known Dr. Chris about 20 years. He's just been a great doctor, and he has really helped me with my diabetes and my struggle, my living with it. And he's very patient, very understanding, but he's, you know, he's firm when he needs to be. Janice, through this diabetic struggle, she's really been a rock for me. But where I screwed up is I shared with my wife. So I'd be out mowing the yard, you know, sweating and all this. I think I'm doing a good job, you know, working. All of a sudden, Janice comes running out the door with peanut butter and crackers and says, "Do you realize you're going low?" That's kind of one of the better benefits of all of it, is the fact that it'll tell you, hey, eat something, dummy. Life with the G7 is much better. You know where you stand. And I think every diabetic should have one because, like I say, it's a game changer for diabetes and living with it.
For more information about diabetes management and the G7 continuous glucose monitoring system, go to Dexcom.com.
And of course, you can also get more information by going to our website, thebalancing.com.
We'll be right back.
Yes.